and welcome to Zgermanguy Reviews. I'm Zgermanguy. And welcome, my dearest friends, to another edition of Kingdom Hearts, a retrospective. You know who isn't dead but we were meant to believe that he is? Axel! I know, I couldn't believe it myself. In a series where nobody really ever dies. Recall the rule that was stated that explains why Xehanort is coming back. Once the heartless of a person is destroyed and the nobody too, the original person returns. So what counts for dear old man Xehanort also counts for Axel, or rather Lee. Oh yeah, and all the servants of Ansem the Wise and his apprentices are also back, I guess. But who really cares? I just like how the implied answer to the question, hey, when did the organization members' heartlesses get killed exactly is, so how many legions Sora mowed through? I don't think we have to explain everything. And you might ask yourself, wait, if those are the rules, why was Sora able to walk around in Chain of Memories as a full human when his nobody still existed? And the answer is plot convenience. Listen and repeat. Plot convenience. Of course, the actual explanation is a bit more complicated, as it always is, as Roxas is his own person and not just the same person but with his emotions removed, and he was continuously fighting with Sora over dominance. It's better reserved for a 400-page blog entry explanation on the internet somewhere. Let's just continue where we last time left off. We return to Sora back in Tron's world, but not the Tron we already were accustomed to, but Tron Legacy. A movie that I have only seen once and maybe should have watched again as preparation for this, but haven't. I only remember that it came out at the height of the 3D hype, which was only there to jack up prices, as there was only one moment in the movie where something flew directly in your face, showing that yes, indeed it was 3D. And I remember liking it okay-ish. And as was to be expected, the young Keyblade Master runs into some digital Nazis who demand that he identifies himself and state his purpose, which Sora has no idea how to respond to, so he goes with, I'm Sora, and my program is to be cute and innocent. Isn't this the face of the most precious screensaver that you have ever seen? The Guardian programs don't respond too well, thinking he must be a stray program, which, come to think of it, is not even wrong, and so they take him prisoner. Or at least try to, but Sora escapes. On the, I don't know how else to describe it, data highway, he runs into a program that behaves differently than the other guards. And, oh dear God. I mean, they did use this kind of animation for the Pirates of the Caribbean world already, and Sora looked as much out of place there as he does here now. And at the very least he has the matching costume for this level. No, what really drives me nuts is that these characters look close enough to the Tron Legacy game, something that wasn't the case with Jack Sparrow and his many awful game adaptations. Did you know there was a Pirates of the Caribbean online game, which looked like someone's really bad attempt to trick people into thinking it was World of Warcraft? Which there are definitely way better ones out there. We are spoken to by 3 figures, and they politely ask us to see our Keyblade. What was that sound? That sounded like as if he doesn't have a choice. Sora, it's okay to say no to strangers, even if that means that those people won't become part of your friend circle that is already bigger than the freaking Halo rings. It's like the sound that a kid makes when it's being told by its parents to put its toys away and come to dinner. Which you never did anyway, by the way. The three new faces we now see before us are Kevin Flynn, his son Sam, and his digital wife Cora.
Oh, Kuriga-san, soon we will be married, yes?
Very soon, my little cherry blossom.
Would you please focus?
No! I'm here! No! No! You maniac! You blew her up! Oh, damn you! God damn you all to hell!
So how's this going?
Not great.
Kevin explains that he is the inventor of this world, but then a program he created that looks just like him named CLU took over and brainwashed, or better put, reprogrammed Tron into a slave, which was the guy that attacked us a few moments before. Sora admits that all this computer talk is over his head, but one thing he understands 105% clearly: if Tron is in trouble, he will help him. Kevin, after doing this very weird and uncommented posture, says that it's unlikely that CLU as a program would have deleted Tron's source code without a good reason, so if we want to free Tron, we have to get our hands on the code. Which, naturally, is locked away in a safe place. Sora almost wants to run off in a random direction with no plan or any clue where CLU is. That's the kind of messianic figure that I have paid for with hundreds of hours of praying. Cora offers to show us the way, while Sam and his father keep on running from CLU's agents. Of course, we don't go to his base directly, but use a safe route that is beneath the docks for his ships. We break into the vault of the dictator that is also on one of the flying magnets, but don't find anything. So our heroes figure that Clue must have the source code with him. However, It's a Trap is the meme of the hour, as we are suddenly surprised to see Tron at the door. Sora tries to talk him back to normal, but he attacks us with his frisbee of death, and a fight ensues, which, just like in a movie, looks cool and silly beyond words at the same time. It's a frisbee! It's the thing that dogs have in their mouth. It's like trying to make a little girl's bike as the weapon of your choice look awesome. Some things are just impossible. Cora and Sora get separated and a strange silver-haired guy plus Xemnas show up, dumping a bunch of doubt on our heart, making us question what about our memories and feelings actually belong to us. Then the young dude tells us that this digital world, which Ansem made a copy of to use for his computer, is not asleep at all, but real, because data doesn't dream. Just comparing Ansem's version and the real version for 5 seconds. From which illegal Russian hacker website did you buy it from?
You haven't the slightest idea where you are.
Care to explain then? See, this is the thing about Kingdom Hearts antagonists. They tell us that they have evil schemes going on, but they never give us any details to make us worried. Just confuse us. Come on guys, this is villainy 101. The silver-haired guy reveals that we have long stopped being part of the test and are now in the real world. Which... How? I mean, the Dream Eaters are all around everywhere, and they shouldn't be here when people are awake. And even if this is so, Riku later comes to this world as well. I have no idea how it is possible for Sora to both be asleep and yet be awake in the real world, but that Tetsuya Nomura's storytelling is a bit unorthodox is an open secret. So let's see where this is going. The yet nameless dude opens the doors of the ship we are on, and we somehow don't see our dear Sora fall out, but instead are in one moment to the next in the arena of the grid, where we are forced to partake in its deadly games. I had this quick vision in my head where Sora throws the Keyblade at the audience and goes, "Are you not entertained?" And the audience goes, We meet the CLU, who tells us that he is willing to turn Tron back into his old self in exchange for the Keyblade. Of course Sora says no. Or should I better say...
Computer says no.
And so CLU sends Tron at us. We against him in the arena, where he has one of those annoying boss strategies where the controls get inverted. I am Psycho Mantis. So, you like Square Enix games? Well, let me put triangle on X. We are able to knock him down, and we're told by Korra a few moments earlier that our words actually did get through to him a little, which allowed her to escape. So we used the power of the Keyblade to free him.
We're breaking the conditioning!
The CLU is pissed and tries to attack us cowardly from behind, but we are saved by Tron in the last second. The deflected weapon bounces off the walls, however, causing the floor to break in and Tron to fall down. Clue jumping after him to retrieve him. By the way, there was an animated show about his adventures during the reign of Clue, but it only made it to season 1. This has been useless background information as a side note with the Zgermanguy. Anyway, Korra walks up to us, saying Tron is still there. And then Sora's storyline in this world ends. Strangely enough, because this doesn't feel like a conclusion. There's most definitely some unfinished business here. But I guess Sora's thinking in that moment is that sometimes you got to let the original heroes do their own business. Like that one Powerpuff Girls episode where the girls decide that the Townsville people have become so dependent on them that they have to let them solve their own problems for a day. Anyway, the keyhole appears after Sora shakes off his doubt he had from the conversation with the club of the silver-haired man. So, it's Riku's turn again, after a quick cutscene with Axel and the other former Organization 13 members still recovering from their recompletion. Riku gets captured and doesn't even try to run away. He is put on a racing track with Clue's henchmen programs and a Dream Eater trying to shoot him down, until Riku decides that he has no time for this nonsense and simply shoots his way out of the arena. Huh, that was an option? One of those things that are so obvious that no one even attempted it before, I guess. Oh yeah, and this heart shape, in case you have forgotten which game you are playing. We are greeted by Sam, who also escaped from the race and says he will use a portal in this world to go back home to the real world, delete CLU and free his father. Riku and Sam go separate ways for a short time and then meet again, with him, his father and an unmoving Korra. The game also asks us from time to time if we want to view the flashback, which I find funny. I mean, you can always skip the cutscenes, but this game specifically points out that what you are about to see will be backstory that only matters for the plot in this world. I assume it's for people who already have problems following and so need a visible distinction between what is main and what is subplot. Anyway, what these flashback cutscenes do tell us is that Sam's father was hiding from Clue for over 20 years inside the grid, because 1, he was unable to escape, and 2, because he is in possession of a disk that would allow Clue to enter the real world. And since Clue is a program that seeks absolute perfection, and there is nothing more imperfect than a world full of humans, that would mean bad times. Unfortunately, the disc gets stolen, so Riku and the others head to the portal, which they were going to do anyway. While on their way, Kevin Flynn muses over the nature of the grid, how he tried to create new life forms that would change the world forever. But as it is so often the case when man touches things that are way bigger than him, it goes horribly wrong. Maybe you, Ansem and Tenbaum should form a self-help group or something? And then we get these very wise words from Riku.
Look too hard for one thing, and you miss everything else. And then, the people around you get hurt in the process.
Korra bravely lets herself be caught in order to cause a distraction, but it's one for all and all for one. Sam and Riku run after Korra while also keeping in mind that they have to get the disc back. After they find it and remove it from its place, the alarm goes off. They kick Tron out of the ship and they board another one to get their bots to the portal. Clue, waiting for us, says he has created a perfect world and won't be stopped. So he sends in a giant digital Dream Eater mechanical praying mantis. Those words actually just came out of my mouth. Kevin Flynn afterwards apologizes to Clue, essentially saying it was him who gave his creation a false idea of perfection. Hearing that, Clue kicks his father right in the middle between left and right leg. The creator of this world distracts Clue by telling him that he wants the disc, but the one he has is not real. Instead, he gave it to Cora, who uses it for the same purpose, opening the portal. Clue tries to catch them, but Kevin, as the programmer of Clue and this world, uses his power to fuse with Clue, making them both disappear in the process. Next time, we are going to have some prankster fun, and we are going to meet some old friends again. Zgermanguy out and auf Wiedersehen.